with her before doing his own recordings. Over 15 albums, much of it great traditional stuff. A major figure in the 60s folk scene, but it was our buddy Joe Raphael who got us hooked up with her, so we appreciate Joe very much. Our thanks to Joe. Folks in Los Angeles, California, here we go. Please welcome Carolyn Hester.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
My Texas drawl doesn't sound too unfamiliar.
Nope.
I'm glad you don't hold it against all we Texans here at this festival. We're from Texas. And we'll try not to hold it against you, Oklahoma University football team.
That's right.
I grew up partly in Dallas, so I know about all those Cotton Bowl games.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with a song that I don't think the girls are going to play with me, but just this one, and then I'll get around to telling you who they are in just a minute. I just want to say that although my hero, Woody and Pete, and song, and I kind of grew up in Greenwich Village and so on in the end, but to start with, I got to record because my mother heard a group called The Roses on the radio in Lubbock, and she wrote to the producer, whose name was Norman Petty, and she said, well, my daughter is going to be home this summer. She's been in New York. She loves folk music. Do you think you could audition her? And so she wrote to him on a penny postcard, and he called her on the phone and said, oh yeah, he auditioned local talent. That'd be fine, come on over. It was July, day like today, and it was hot as blazes, and you have to drive from Lubbock to Clovis, and you go through Muleshoe, and in Muleshoe you stop and you get a nice cold Dr. Pepper. And so that's how we did it. And so I sang for Mr. Petty, and he said, well, I don't know about folk music, but if you do, and if you have enough songs for an album, well, okay, let's do it. So I didn't quite have, I maybe had 10 songs, but I think I went and got Robert Burns, Eubanks, and Brays to add to it and so on. At any rate, Norman Petty was also the producer of Buddy Holly, and that's how I got on records, was Buddy Holly's success and his friendship, and found out he had learned some of my songs I never knew until I went to Germany on a tour once. So I always like to start with the guy who brought me originally into the scene, even though it was really Pete and Woody who did it, okay? Lonesome tears, sad and blue, I cried lonesome tears for you. I guess you know I cried when you said goodbye. Oh, when we left, you said I'm gone. Lonesome tears fell all night long. I guess you know I cried when you said goodbye. Where you left me, here I was all alone. Hear me calling, won't you come back home? Love me like you did before. Now need I tell you more?